I'm Mark Weir, formerly known as the Wizard in my fighting days. What I'm going to try and get across today, guys, is what I look for when someone walks through my door into my academy, into my gym, and what the telltale signs I look for when someone says, I want to be a fighter. I think I could do that MMA stuff. I think I'll be a good kickboxer. Generally, most of the time for the MMA, I'll be covering. So, guys, I'm going to give you my top focus tips on what to look for when someone walks through your door if you think they can be a competitor. The sport of MMA is growing bigger and bigger. Although you might be not into MMA, you might be traditional martial arts, karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, you name it, or even might have a boxing gym. A guy approached me yesterday. I was at a competition with some of my local guys, and he asked me, he goes, how do you pick so many great fighters? Every time I see you, you seem to have some real tough competitors. Is it the area you're in, or is there something different you're doing? And I think it's just the main focus is having the great guys as a leadership, the ones at the top. You've got a general great persona, personality, attitude, the main thing. It passes down. When people see people and a role model them, if they've got good attitude, it passes on, and people like-mindedness will try and mimic or do whatever they did as they think it would work for them as well. Now, the first thing, someone enters the door or enters into my gym or my academy and they say, I think I could be a good MMA fighter or I want to fight. The first thing I say to them is, why do you think you're going to be good? Why do you want to do MMA? I like to generally know the reason. Are they following the sport? Are they very enthusiastic? Is it the fame? Is it the fortune? Which I'm not very keen on. The focus should always be the competitive side, and on the competitive side and success or the interest, the fame and fortune follows you, and it's just a bonus. I think when people come in and they've got the wrong idea and they're there for the fame and the fortune, they're there for the wrong reason. When it gets hard, it gets tough, and things are not working out for the first maybe year or two, they tend to give up and lose interest and veer off. Most of the people that are successful in sport has been doing it for years. They put their nose to the grindstone and they put in their time. The next thing I like to find out is the background. Background of the person. What have they done sport-wise? Have they done rugby, or as they say over in the States, American football equivalent, football, basketball? I've got a guy at present who's very, very talented, and he's a high-level basketball player. Are you a runner? Are you a cyclist? Are you a boxer? Have you done martial arts? And if you have done martial arts, at what level? Were you competitively, or was it just traditionally? General forms, patterns, and just general interest. This can make a big difference on how you're going to dedicate yourself to the martial arts. You'll find if someone was into rugby fully and they're really good, normally they're very good on the MMA on the takedown. A good thing about it, besides finding someone's background, it gives you a basic graph to see what potential level this person could rise to. Also, when applying, if it's someone brand new to it, you're not going to push them too hard, too fast, too soon. This could cause injuries and damage, and again, always believe in walking before you run. If someone's ready competitively or at a competitive level, you can push them. You know that they're quite self-motivated, and apply them to the sport better. Biggest thing I find, if someone's already been at a competitive level, they've already got a mindset, they know how to self-motivate, and you don't have to sort of watch them to see if their mind or if they are changing their decision to whether they should be competing or not. The other thing I try to see is, do they have a routine? Do they have a routine already about, do they run in the mornings a couple of times a week? Do they do swimming, cycling, running, any sport? What is their routine? On this, you can generally scale and scope to see if you apply the routine for fighting, they can apply themselves to it just as easily. I've seen this before. If someone has a routine, it's like someone handing you the golden goose. They're already halfway there. The rest of it is just applying to it and how well they pick up the techniques and how easy their mindset is. Now, the next thing what I tend to watch out for is the outside social life. I don't delve too much into this, but if they want to compete at a reasonable level, martial arts is a safety thing. If you're unfit and you go in there and you're not very well person, you might have outside activities like drink and drugs and stuff like that. It's not very good to apply yourself, and you're wasting my time. You might as well just be a general student who just participates for health, for interest and so forth. People who want to compete, I take this very seriously. It was my living, and a lot of the guys around them are looking to make a living out of this, so they can be a hindrance. So I wouldn't take them seriously. If one of the things is smoking, people are obviously smoking, I'm sorry to say, is a discipline thing. They can't go extremely far. They only go so far, and eventually I think they could subside or even fail at participating. You're going against the grain. So it shows a bit of discipline if even if they did smoke and they stopped. If you've got an extreme drinking habit, I don't think it's very good for the sport. Besides, dehydrates you and your performance, concentration, and everything else. I'm a person that only really drinks at Christmas. The reason why I came across through my studies over the years, I know that the brain cells again killed. Besides, when you get hit and punched and everything else, you need to have your faculties, your concentration, everything around. Drinking is not a very good thing. It's bad enough as being hit over the years, and I thought to myself, if I'm going to be in a competitive sport, I want to have as much of my wits about me, especially when I get to a later age of 40 or so. And to do this, I don't want to minimise it by drinking. Next minute, I might find out I got dementia or Alzheimer's due to the fact of this. So this is the reason why I'm a bit about drinking, but drinking is a thing you like to celebrate and socialise, but I think with moderation, in moderation. Next thing again is time for training. How much time do they have to train? Are they always out and about? Besides that, what is the location? Are they local? Does it take a while to get to training? Are they got the temptation of being late? Training starts at a set time, and you need to be there to be part of a team. And it is, believe it or not, also fighting is a more of an individual thing, but you need a team to train. You need a team to that's building you up and build up with you. So even if you look to fight, you want to be fighting straight away, but the way you build yourself up, the quickest way is to participate with someone who's already competing. That allows you to go leaps and bends. Also, you see what's demanded of you when eventually you want to take that turn. Other thing as well, your family, you have kids, you're married, all these can put a toll on your training. Demanding of kids, the time, it might be school runs, holidays, and your wife might be demanding, is she happy or pleased, is she into sports herself, is she behind you? And the last thing, which is a horrible thing to some people when they come in, is their age. Are you past it? Are you going to be past it soon? Are you still at a young age where college and work are getting away, or are you in between where you're just settling? This can make a difference. Not sure what a great deal of difference, but it can be. So it makes me just basically just scope, watch, and assess you depending on what age you are. The other thing I would like to know is when someone walks through and as a academy is why me? Why have you stepped into the academy? Are you just walking past, just general interest? I'm quite lucky and blessed that I've got a reasonable reputation. I had this from Taekwondo in the 88s, World Championship, straight onto K1, straight onto MMA, and at world class level. So I'm quite lucky. Whether you look at me, study me on the internet, YouTube, you name it, you'll find got a reasonable good resume and a good history behind me with fighters. So proof's in the pudding in that sense, but an average person that hasn't got that needs to know how they found them. It's good for your business to see what part of your advertisement or why the people are actually entering your door for your business, again for a general business sense, and how to improve your business and get the people through the door to be able to create a good level of competitive spirit or competitive level. Once I got through all that, the main thing is I try and talk to a person if I get a chance, and it's not directly, but I like to know the personality. I try and encourage a person to talk about themselves. Some people, this is easy, not myself, but some of them, they're very quiet, withdrawn. They might be wary of me, might be intimidated by me. If someone comes in and they're quite boisterous, aggressive, for instance, I'm a bit wary. And then I'll watch a person, is he just trying to swing, take a buddy's head off, or is he tit for tat, give and take, which is not bad. It's good to have aggression, but a controlled aggression. The other thing as well, are they friendly, which is can be a very good bonus. That means they get on with a group, and generally you can bond, you can take information, and also if you can take information, you can grow faster, because you'll find out people gravitate to you more and be more willing to help you. The other thing as well is whether they've got an open mind. Have they got open mind or closed mind? Open mind, you'll find that they take a lot of things in, and also they experiment and try it, and everything information you give them, they might, they assess whether it's right or wrong. Closed mind normally means they know it all. Closed mind is especially if you've got a background, and no matter how much you steer them, the mate down the road says that this works. My mate down the road says that this is the best way to train to do this, and the mate is someone who just watches television, maybe the UFC on and thinks he knows it all. The best thing is to get on there, experience yourself, and that's how you get the general information. You see what works and what don't work. The other thing is, besides the know-alls, is he a listener or is he a talker? Person who sits back and listens and assess, they're good. They're very good. They're always studying and analysing. You can tell they're thinking. Now, a talker is always talking. It doesn't give them much chance or much time to take in information. That can be a problem, especially with that combined with a person that knows it all is not good. A listener, someone who might think they know it all, and a listener is good. That means they've got mainly room for growth, room to have the right mindset. Now, on top of all that, one of the things I like to do when a person's talking to me, obviously I have listeners, but you need them to talk as well, is to see what their knowledge is like. How much do you know? How much do you know about health, fitness? What's their job? But beyond all that, you've got to see what they do, what they're like on a practical level. And so if you've got the right mindset, then when you put it together, if they've got a practical mindset, I believe anybody can learn, anybody can get coordinated. It might take some longer than the others, but if they've got the right mindset, you're on the winner there. The main thing is making sure they can stay focused and don't lose interest. Now, the very last thing, which is as a business, you need to know is, can they afford it? And at what level can they afford? Are they just going to be once a week, which is really no good? Are they going to be twice a week? Again, that's just basic level. Or are they going to be 3 or more? Are they going to commit? Are they going to go all in? Do they really want to get somewhere? Do they really want to become something? This is the level of how they're going to commit to you. This is why I developed the Recruits program, which is not too expensive. One of the programs is to allow young guys to excel at the fastest and the shortest period of time. Now, when they come in, if they say they're going to be once a week, I don't really see that person as a fighter. Someone comes in and says how many times it would take for me to be good, I take them seriously. If someone comes in and they tend to do once or twice and they think they can still fight, that's a person who just wants to do it themselves. And I would encourage them to go home and train, or find other places to train, or other ways to train on top of what they're learning from me. You might use me as a base or general knowledge, and then go off and try someone else. It does make a big difference. The other thing I find, which the quickest way to get to the top, in my eyes, with the people around me, I had one student before called Chris. He did one-to-ones with me, and he excelled like mad. And he did some amazing things that he couldn't believe he did. I find that people that have time to do train a lot, but also one-to-ones, they excel leaps and bounds. Beyond all that is obviously the mindset that can come. I've had guys that's not been very successful for a period of time. When they get that focus, that mindset, that skill set, that knowing what works for them, they are the most dangerous people I come across. I find they suddenly excel at a phenomenal rate. So on top of that is, I always believe one-to-one, because you're passing it on. When you pass it on in a crowd, in a group, it's sort of like hit and miss. I think it's more directly when you're looking in someone's eyes. They tend to take it in more seriously, and they know that you're focusing on them. Also, one-to-one, you're working on their strengths, their weakness. When you've got a group, you're working on general strength, general weakness, what you see most people have. And that's why I believe one-to-one is the most powerful, the quickest, most effective way to improve. On top of that, once you've got the basics, I think group training excels you even further because you've got the variety to test things out and to see if anything works. You validate yourself by what's working for you. And this is an important part, which is another subject I'll be covering about training, is to, once you see what's working for you, this is where the direction, as an instructor, I need to push you. Everybody goes in different directions, whether they like stand-up, ground, if they're a knockout specialist or kicking specialist, whether grapplers, takedown, submission, or you get the one which can seem to do all. So, and this is another subject I'll be covering. But on top of that, this is me generally telling everybody how I go about assessing somebody when they first walk in through my door. I'm going to leave it on that note. I hope you like my subject I was covering. For those who's got a gym, a club, an academy, I hope this is very helpful. But this is Mark Weir, the Fountain Youth for Sweat. Work hard, sweat more, and stay young.